Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's watch party for Buckaroo Banzai. I can't wait to watch this movie again. I'm joined today by Carla. It's always a pleasure to have you with me. Hello, Carla, and hello, everybody
Hello,
in the
everyone.
interwebs. So, for today's sync point for everyone on YouTube, we will be syncing at the logo shortly after the MGM logo, just before the Buckaroo Banzai title card, where it says a Sydney Beckerman production. So while everyone gets synced up there, I will go through the Discord and see who's joining us today. I've already interacted with a couple of you guys, so I'm just going to scroll up a wee bit. I can see that we have Mr. Furzel, Lizard Man, Sharon, Alex Peacock, Mad Matt, Chaos Sphere. Keep on scrolling. So many people here today. And again, the Discord name change has screwed me over a little bit. I can see your first initial. So I can see B. I can see J. And P. I can't remember your names completely, and it won't let me see them properly, which is really unfortunate. But welcome everyone, and over on YouTube land, let's see who we have with us. We have Plutonium Shaw, Seraphis, James Hellier, and we have Pedro with us as well. I am very excited to get this one started. So, Carla, would you like to count us down to get this movie going, and then we can just get into things?
Yes. Okay, you're going to be adventuring with Buckaroo Banzai in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Press play, everybody. We're about to cross the 8th dimension.
Yes.
Just right off the bat, the soundtrack is so 1980s. Well, it's borderline 1970s. It's so synthy.
No, exactly. The filmmakers decided to go with the synth score for instead of any like pop musical score for the soundtrack. And this was his first. This is the first film for composer Michael Boddicker. He's known for doing synth music for like Michael Jackson. He won a Grammy for the song Imagination for Flashdance. He was part of the We Are the World, but very synth heavy for sure.
I love this title crawl as well. It's so Star Warsy, of course. It's
Yes,
it's just desperately trying to make a world much larger than the film itself. I'm
exactly.
seeing that there's at least one person in the chat today who's never seen this film before.
If you
Everyone.
have, if you haven't seen it, press one. Put one in the chat.
Exactly, yeah. Let's see ones and twos. Twos for the people who've seen it a few times or several or just once. And right off the bat, it is overwhelmingly, nonsensically, comically over the top. Like that title crawl is. Okay, what was that? The Hong Kong Cavaliers? Wasn't that their band name? The band of
Yes,
scientist rock
yes,
stars?
yes, yes. Hong Kong Cavaliers.
Oh, fantastic.
I know. And even the font it uses for like the lettering in the text, it's just,
It's beautiful.
it is.
I wish people were this excited for science. Like all the alien
I
news that's coming out
know.
right now, and the world is collectively going, yeah, but there's bigger things to worry about. And I'm here like, what? No!
Well,
Aliens!
but they're real, but I know there really are aliens to worry about. So,
And no one's talking about it. Like, God, let's
I
get
know,
this excited. Let's get Buckaroo Banzai excited for science.
I know, I know.
And I love that he's a surgeon as well. Like he's just performing surgery right about like a second before he does an amazing feat of physical science.
I mean, this character they was created by Earl Mac Rock, and like he did a screenplay in '79, and it was just inspired by science and Albert Einstein and artists and poets, and it's just kind of like you could see all of that in this character.
For sure.
You know, um,
I'm seeing Stephen Patterson over on YouTube saying, "Hey, Creative VC guys, it's me, Stephen Patterson from Plantation, Florida, USA. How are you? I'm doing well.
yes, doing good. Any day with Buckaroo Banzai on a Sunday afternoon is a good day.
It is. Buckaroo
My
Banzai
Lord.
makes every day better. I mean, the cast alone is
Oh my gosh.
crazy. Like
I
it's an
know.
all-star cast completely.
All dark. I mean, who knew that they would go on and just like blow up, you know? But is it me or does Jeff Goldblum like play the same character in
Yes.
like every movie? 'Cause I'm seeing Malcolm was Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park. Was that his name?
Yeah.
I'm seeing him all over this.
Oh,
You
for
know,
sure. And he's like that in real life as well. I saw him in concert recently. He is exactly as you'd expect him to be. He's just Jeff Goldblum.
right?
The array of people as well, like from several different teams. Sorry, so Team Banzai. Uh, Several different kind of walks of life seem to be here. Your military guys, your Black Hawk CIA type guys, your science nerds, your firemen.
Hmm.
Everyone's just excited for Dr. Banzai.
I know, and it throws you right into the action. There's like
It
no
does.
backstory. It's kind of like you're showing up to just witness this experiment that's about to take place.
Corey Stewart says, one of my favorite films of the 80s. I've tried turning on so many people to this film with about a 35% success rate.
Right?
Uh, yeah,
Exactly. I
it's
feel
so
like you almost
peculiar.
have to have seen it in the 80s, or if you watched it as an adult, you have to be introduced to it by someone who's seen it in the 80s as a child, right?
It
To
is
kind
one
of
of those
impart
peculiar
that
films
excitement.
because there are people, and I'm going to throw him under the bus here, like Andrew, who don't like this film. And it's how? How can you dislike it? It's just a fun time.
It really is. It really is. You have to just
Rocket 88.
suspend suspend belief and just go with it.
Oh yeah, the film's great at helping you to suspend that disbelief though, because everyone in the universe, there's no one who's explaining like how does a rocket scientist become a doctor and a rock star all in the same breath. Like they just accept it. Buckaroo Banzai is just that cool.
Exactly.
It is kind of hard to follow, to be fair, says Hell if I know. That's true. If you try
Yes.
and lock down the intricacies of everything that's going on, it can be hard to follow. Which is why you should just let the film take you like a river. Just go with the flow.
Exactly. Like in this scene, I was like, I'm like, I don't really understand all this science. I just know that he's like in this vehicle and he's going to do something that's giving me back to the future vibes. Right.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you saw this film, Carla?
Oh, honestly, I don't. I've seen it so many times. I know I would have been around 9 or 10 years old.
Hmm.
I know I didn't see it in the theater. I don't know if anyone did, but I remember. I don't even think I rented it. I think the first time I saw it was just on cable TV,
On
and then I
TV.
was like, "What is this? I must have." How about you?
So the first time I saw this, like I told you earlier, I was an adult.
Right.
I don't think I was that much of an adult. I think I was like 16. So I wasn't an adult, I was a kid. But yeah, I remember seeing it like in my more developed mind. So I was going into this film with a more adult sense of filmmaking. I was into my film hipster phase when I watched this film for the first time. And at first, because I was told how kooky and wacky and zany and fun it was, I went in kind of harsh because I was a little film hipster. I was an annoying little teenager, but I really enjoyed it. It just after about the first few scenes, when we get to oh man, the actor's name is John Lithgow. When we get to John Lithgow's character, I just stopped fighting the fun and just started laughing with the film.
Exactly. Exactly.
Ah, all the character actors in this film are just phenomenal.
And I think they all were like, I don't really, they were like, they didn't really know what this movie was about,
Oh
but
yeah,
they just showed up and they trusted each other. They got along. There was great chemistry, and they just went with it.
Like, how I learned to stop worrying and love the film. Yes, Mr. Fursel, exactly right. But yeah, it's one of those films where if someone said, "What's it about?" Uh, well, it's about a scientist slash doctor slash rock star called Buckaroo Banzai and his band of merry men who briefly travel across the eighth dimension for a split second.
Exactly. Now is someone in the chat or in the YouTube verse can let me know this scene here? I didn't see the Ant Man, but it's giving Ant Man. I feel like he's going. It's giving like quantum realm, different dimension
Right?
of of what he just went through. This rock formation. That's kind of what it was is giving a little bit. But I didn't see Ant Man, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah, from beyond vibes as well.
Hmm.
Oh, that must have been an absolute nightmare to sit in. That car just
Oh my
filling with
god.
smoke. I think it's a Ford, not a Toyota. I think I saw the Ford badge on the front. It's such a cool logo, though. The Banzai Institute logo with all the rainbows coming out of the back of the spaceship. So much iconic imagery and lines in this film, and,
Yes.
but it's so underground. Again, growing up as a kid, going up to about 16, 17, when I first watched this film, I'd never heard of it before at all.
That's
My pop
crazy.
culture zeitgeist just couldn't grab to any of the stars that are in the film. No one mentioned it growing up. Like it felt like
That's
a hidden gem.
well, yeah, but in looking up this film last night, there's like a whole universe of fans out there. There's
Yeah,
like a website, there's newsletters, Buckaroo Banzai newsletters. There's a huge fandom around this movie. There's like the Banzai Institute Club or something. Um, so we are out there and we are legion.
we are almost as large as the underground extro community.
A little bit of trivia here. What Academy Award winning actress scene ended up on the cutting room floor? Um, it was supposed to be the prologue in the film.
Mm.
No. And I just discovered this recently. I was like, is she in everything? Yes. Sharon is correct. Jamie
Jamie
Lee
Lee.
Curtis played his mother to a young Buckaroo Banzai.
It feels really good to say Academy Award winning Jamie Lee Curtis. But I had a friend over last night, and my wife, him, and I were uh, mocking Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis, and I was saying like Academy Award winning Jamie Lee. It just feels good. Feels good to say.
Yes. Yes.
Deserves it.
Now, John Lithgow was not the studio's choice for this role, but the writer wrote this character with him in mind.
It feels
And
like it because I can't imagine someone else taking on this degree of insanity.
exactly, and it was over the top, but it wasn't so much over the top that it took you out of the movie, that it takes you
Yeah.
out of the film, right? Um, Clearly, he was a little bit cuckoo from the start,
Oh yes.
and then to have this experience, and I think it's a real thing because you watch these movies and these scientists and these people they have these experiences, and they're not impacted, affected, right?
Yeah.
And for him doing this with some real consequences. Wow.
That just looks fun to go on. The crashing part,
No,
not so much. But
not so much. No. Immediately, I thought of the Philadelphia experiment.
yes, it's got so much like Buck Rogers DNA in it as well, doesn't it? Because it feels like Saturday morning ish, like
Yes,
or Flash Gordon esque.
yes.
He has such an array of noises. Actually, I didn't realize that John Lithgow because he can just erupt in noise.
I don't know how they kept a straight face while doing these scenes. I don't.
Gurgling rock formations.
Again, the people, the unsung heroes of these films are the set decorators
For sure,
that
definitely.
make these spaces look lived in, right?
Home is where you wear your hat. I love that.
Lizardman said, "Ah, of course, we need to call in some Scooby Doo villain, I guess."
Yeah, for sure. Make it fun. Oh,
Exactly.
Corey Stewart saying might be behind everyone. I'm on Amazon Prime watching this. My timestamp is 16 minutes. Yeah, 16 minutes and 40 seconds.
And mine is 16 minutes and 37 seconds, so I'm a couple seconds behind. But Lizard Man, this wasn't John Lithgow's character wasn't the only villain. There was another villain, an arch enemy in this movie named Hanoi Zahn. He was like some head of some crime syndicate called the World Crime League. They referenced him throughout the film, but they cut it out. It is available, I guess, on the DVD version. Those scenes are in there. Um, so there was some sort of kind of looming arch enemy besides John Lithgow's character, but I'm glad they cut it out because that would have been too much, I think.
I do want to take a peek into the alternate universe where this became a franchise.
When this became a what?
A franchise when
Oh,
Buckaroo
yeah.
Banzai returned in the World Crime League or whatever it was.
Well, Kevin Smith was really close to doing a TV show. I mean, he is a huge super fan of Buckaroo Banzai. And he was so close, but something happened with MGM. It didn't work out. But I would have loved to see that. So now we're going into rock star mode.
Yeah. Even this sequence, the way he wears his suit, I can't remember if it was in the book. It's not a great book, but Ready Player One, just filled with 80s nostalgia, right? It's
Hmm.
that's the book. But at least in the movie, the character who's obsessed with the 80s, uh, when he goes on a date with his love interest, he wears this suit. I think it was in the book. I honestly can't remember. The book was just nostalgia after nostalgia. But he mentions he wears the Buckaroo Banzai suit, and I'm like, okay, it's a good suit. Don't get me wrong. It's
It's just
reaching
so,
so hard for nostalgia.
yes.
I'd go and see this band. I'd love to see this band. Random French horn, two saxophones. Hell yeah. Scott my chamber. Wait, does he have an auxiliary saxophone hanging by his waist as well?
Huh.
He does. He has multiple saxophones.
Wow.
Oh, Mad Matt's posted it. There it is in the Discord. So it's in the film.
Oh,
Can he sense tears? Is
I know, right? Can he sense when someone is not happy?
To be fair, a lot of the times when I've been to live performances and the band stops performing because someone's in danger, I'm impressed that they can see slash hear what's going on. Maybe they get
Mm-hmm.
like someone in the ear that tells them to stop. But
Maybe.
I mean, I was in high school when I was on stage, but I've been on stage performing before. You can't see or hear anything. It's darkness out there because the lights are on you. You're blind.
Ellen Barkin.
Hmm.
Boy, was she huge in the 80s and 90s. Huge star. What's your fave? Do you have a fave Ellen Barkin film? Or you don't
I'd have to
really know
think
so much
about that.
about that? Anyone?
Fave Ellen Barkin film. Here it comes, my favorite line of the film. No matter where you go, there you are. It makes perfect sense and no sense at the same time. And that's kind of this film. It makes perfect sense and no sense at the same time.
Exactly.
I guess a very cynical look at this film would be similar to when we watched Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me a couple of weeks back. And a cynical look at that film would be it's pretentious. And I could look at this and see pretentiousness in it. But it's about perspective. Like
Right.
these phrases that get said, no matter where you go, there you are. It could be like a faux intellectual phrase, but it could also just be, no matter what happens, it's there, it happens. It's where we is.
Exactly.
It's all about perspective. Say hi to Leela, guys. Ah, hi, Leela.
Hi, Leela. Leah. So my favorite Ellen Barkin film was Switched. I don't know if anyone.
Ah.
I think it came out. Oh, was it late 80s, early 90s with Jimmy Smits?
Good old Jimmy Smits.
She still has the receipt to the tags on the gun. Oh, love it.
Like all the band members had guns as well.
No, right? They were packing. I saw that yesterday. I was like, what? Every single one of them was strapped. I was like, wow, okay. This is another character actor, the guy who plays the hospital. Him,
Oh yeah.
I can't. I've seen him in so many things. I
Breaking
can't.
Bad,
But
countless other things. Gremlins. I believe he's in Gremlins as well as one of the cops.
really,
Good God, I've seen him in so many. Gotta respect a band when they're all packing, or else Alex Peacock. Not pretentious. Wes Anderson's pretentious. I disagree. I enjoy Wes Anderson movies. I think they're just pretty to look at. But again, I think it's all about perspective.
right. I mean, also the '80s were a time when we weren't cynical. That didn't hit until the '90s.
Ah, good old
You know,
90s cynicism.
exactly. The '80s are still a time where you could be whatever, do whatever. You could be
Is that a
deep.
Buckaroo Banzai arcade cabinet? and he's playing the credits. I love that. What an asshole! He just destroys the machine for the sake of it.
So, unfortunately, there was no Buckaroo Banzai arcade game.
I
Instead, that
know.
was actually a Star Trek strategic operations simulator game, and they plastered the Buckaroo Banzai graphics on the marquee. And there's a photo I found. I doubt many rock bands' tour buses look like this on the
To,
inside.
to be fair, much like Lizard Man said earlier, when you're a rock star rocket scientist brain surgeon, crazy stuff's gonna come your way, so you gotta be prepared for everything.
Exactly.
Flunair.
Clancy Brown. So perfect Tommy, is that his name? The blonde.
Yeah,
Oh my
perfect Tommy.
gosh, I had the hugest crush on him.
He's
He was
perfect.
in another really. I think it was a popular '80s film. I don't know um, how well other people, but he used to come on all the time. Does anyone know? His name is Lewis Smith, and it was a 1985 film. Let's see.
I have seen him recently, and it's driving me insane. I can't think. Oh my god, that boombox, Jeff! Oh, Jeff, your outfit. Everyone's outfit in this film is just
Right?
peculiar. It's just the like dialed up just a little bit. Like if he had normal pants on, for example, and not these sheepskin chaps.
Right. But you know, you could get away with that in the '80s. Now,
Could
Dom, if you, yeah,
you?
no, you could. Anyone who lived in the '80s, you could totally get away with that. Like you might get one look, and then and then after that, it's fine. Today, Dom, if you were walking down the street with that get up, although you are in Vegas, so you
Yeah,
might
I
be
was
able
gonna
to get away
say
with it.
I can get away with a lot in Vegas.
Sharon is killing it today. She said, "Heavenly Kid."
Yeah,
Yes, Lewis Smith, Perfect Tommy was in Heavenly Kid. I don't know if you haven't seen that, Dom. You should watch it. It's a good one.
I need to give that one a watch. I've not seen The Heavenly Kid.
Yeah. This is supposed to be like the cleanest,
The cleanest
calmest
prison ever.
jail cell, yes, ever.
Oh, there's got to be some world building here because the cells are empty. Look, maybe there's no crime.
Mad
The
Met said it was
way,
punk versus preppy fashion in the '80s.
yeah, for
Yep.
sure. The way that she moves, like she's in a stage play. Like again,
Yes,
everything's dialed up to like 11,
yes, yes.
but no one points it out. No one looks at it peculiarly.
Well, she's just a bit extra. She's extra, you know. She's
Yeah,
just dramatic flair. I mean, who shows up to a club with a gun?
apart from the band.
Exactly right. Willing to officer.
Friday night bar crawls get out of hand way too often. An 80s flapper dress. It is. It's an 80s flapper dress.
Mhm. Originally, her character was supposed to be his long lost sister. Um, which I like what they did with her character. I
Yeah, for
still
sure.
find it as an adult female now. I find it strange romance, and we'll get to that later because very soap opera-ish. But he's
It's
like, what?
almost like 1960s Batman as well. If it was a snake, it'd have bit me. Like just these quips. They're very Adam West.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, more great character actors. I love his
Yes.
glasses as well. Just the red tinge. It's beautiful.
Is that the guy from Ghost? One of the Lectroids?
I I can't remember.
I think
I
so. The crazy guy on the train in Ghost that was teaching Patrick Swayze how to move things.
I think he is. Motorcycle conventions in town. At
Mr.
Carla,
Fred
yes.
said this. Yep.
Hmm.
Sally Jesse Raphael glasses. Ah, yeah.
I love these alien designs as well. They're great. The ship looks just funky.
Right. Each actor's makeup was unique for the Lectroids.
Oh,
Um, and they would apply like 12 separate pieces of latex per alien. So it's a lot of detail there.
that's incredible. It's all uniform as well. They look like the same species, but you can tell them
Right.
apart.
Right.
True, true. SJR glasses. I love that. I'm stating the obvious when it's theoretical physics.
I'm like, why aren't there more people in that room? He literally just went through a rock.
Well, yeah, this is in total contrast to earlier in the scene where he went for the rock when everyone was paying attention. But there is a motorcycle convention in town, so a lot of people are there instead.
True.
Because, of course, they are.
You know who reminds me, or I think who could have been a Buckaroo Banzai for our like today?
Go
Elon
on.
Musk, right? I felt like he was being that person, and then he just kind of went off the rails. But
Yeah.
but I felt when he first came out and was like doing his stuff, it gave me that Buckaroo Banzai,
Gave us
energy.
hope.
It did. I'm like, oh my God, he's like young. He has all these ideas and stuff. And I think where Elon Musk went wrong was that he didn't have a band. He
That's
didn't have
yeah,
a band
exactly
yet.
right. He should have got his
He
brain
didn't have a
surgery degree, got a
Rawhide,
band.
Tommy, a Reno. Like he needed to have a crew. It was just
Yeah,
him solo. And you need someone to check you and like balance you out.
for sure. Even in this film, if it's Buckaroo Banzai on his own without his ensemble, it's a worse movie for sure.
And I don't think he could do what he does without the support of his crew, his team.
I do love how Jeff Goldblum is our every man our fish out of water character that we're supposed to.
Yes.
Is is he left-handed? Oh, is he left-handed? I'm gonna have to look at a lot of footage of this man writing to figure out if he's left-handed or not. Pure and simple.
I love how he's wearing like a fishnet mask on
Yeah,
half of it.
it's a face mask that covers nothing.
Mr. Fizzle said, and the movie has gone off the rails,
Yep,
folks. Actually, not quite yet. It goes further off the rails.
that's true. Like, when was it on the rails?
I'm sure it's like, where there were rails?
Where this film's going, we don't need rails. Here's the motorcycle convention.
Oh my gosh, in my captions on my TV, it said man cheating for
Oh.
that man in the hall with the woman. I'm like, wow. Harley Davidson. He's like, yes, I can.
It's Buckaroo Banzai.
Have you ever rode a motorcycle down?
I have not rode a motorcycle. I keep
Me
meaning to.
neither. I have no desire.
I think, oh, that classic tunnel. I think the only desire I have to ride it is because of movies like this. It just looks so cool. It will kill me,
I,
I know it will, but it looks
I
so
know,
cool.
me too.
Oh, Sharon, don't tell me it's fun. I don't need to hear that.
I think I'll start off with like a little scooter or something.
A Vespa.
Yes.
But you really think that's a bird?
Right. In these films, have you noticed that the first contact with an alien is always these hillbilly hunters or backwoods men? Like that's like the worst representation of like
It
the
is.
planet.
Like,
If
why'd you hit those guys
no offense
first?
to any hillbilly redneck hunters out there, but I'm just saying it's just weird that it's like either a homeless guy or a redneck or a hillbilly. Like they're the first ones that make contact.
Yeah. When in reality, it's some dude in Vegas.
Right, or I want to see them land in the hood. Like that would be hilarious.
There's a British film called Attack the Block, which essentially is
Yes,
that concept.
I love that movie starring the guy that was in the Star Wars films.
John Boyega, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
great
that
film.
was a good one. Great film. I think they're supposed to be making a sequel.
Oh, it's been too long.
I know, right?
Get him, Bubba.
That dog is like, listen, I'm going to go home.
Oh yeah. You guys can handle this one. I didn't sign up for
Exactly.
this. He makes so much sense though. I like how the periscope is just a guy raising up.
Yeah.
We've all been there, dude.
You know, this budget was only 17 million and they filmed this movie in 33 days. So they worked with what they had. They made it work.
That was their budget
Yeah.
for a movie starring well, for starters, the cast, and a movie that has a rocket scientist, rock star brain surgeon as its protagonist fighting intergalactic forces from across the eighth dimension, and they have that much money to work with.
Yes.
Oh god, he has a comic as well. I forgot about that. Rawhide.
I've been ionized, but I'm okay now.
Yeah, you get over it.
Exactly.
Corey Stewart over on YouTube. John Big Boutte is such an absurd, hilarious name. It is. It, it's weird that you have to say it with sincerity, even though you know it's a butt joke. Because John Smallberries is so much better. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
It's just absurd.
I put in the chat how the big bootay is a pun on the word boot, which means bootay, which means boot or trunk in German. It's
Really?
also played on the name actor John Carradine. I don't get that, but um,
Incredible. What is that in his mouth? It looks like a crack pipe.
but an alien version though.
Then again, today's day and age, if someone walked up to me with one of those things and just vaping out, I'd just think it's an exotic vape pen. Yeah, Sharon. 2 years after this movie, Clancy Brown would appear in Highlander, and then a few years later, he'd appear in SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, don't tell me that. No, 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 no,
He's
no,
Mr.
no.
Krabs. He's the voice of Mr. Krabs. And
Yeah, I missed
the
that whole
opening
era.
music video, I think. That was my era. I was a kid when SpongeBob was on the TV. Wait, it's still on the TV. I'm still a
I'm
kid. Who's
sorry.
king?
I'm so sorry. For you. Sorrows, and prayers.
Could have been worse. You can make anything into a bong, Chaosphere. Well, yeah, if you try hard enough. And there he is in the Highlander. He kills it as Mr. Krabs. He does! He has a childhood fan base. Wait, the gas station is selling sofas?
Wow. Listen, listen, it makes sense. There were some places you could go in the 80s where you could literally buy anything. Some
I'm
stores.
gassing up my car. I'm in the market for a new sofa. Why not? I'll pick one up.
Yeah.
This shag carpeted sofa.
And that cop is playing, it's been in a lot of movies too. Character actor.
Yeah, I was gonna say he just licks it and stamps it on his forehead, doesn't he? These set decorators, I mean, for starters, that's a big steel door of a door. But the
Yes.
house is just so lived in. It's beautiful. Buckaroo
The house
Banzai
in
is
the
a character, a comic book character at this point, says Lizard Man. Yeah, you're right.
that house is in the Santa Monica mountains. It could also be seen to live and die in LA.
Oh, lovely.
The spaceship designs.
They're great. They're so otherworldly.
Yes.
That's very like early Doctor Who. That council room with just a black void in the background and like
Hmm.
three chairs showing this alien council. And that TV, it's got like duct tape all over it. It's just so cheap. I love it.
I know we often think that if something is more advanced, that the technology and everything would look crisp, clean, modern, advanced. But they have a very kind of organic, earthy look
Yeah.
to the spaceship, which is based on like a seashell design.
Yeah, it's like coral, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do want to see more organic spaceship designs, like HR Giga esque inspired.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Sharon said there's just no point for having chairs and tables that high. None. But it's this movie, and it all makes sense.
There's so much Terminator 2 in this actually. I'm wondering if Cameron was somewhat inspired. Wait, the kid's not flying it, is he? It's
No.
his dad, right?
Yes. Yes.
I love the scientist just returns on the Harley. Oh god. See, this is where Andrew would have a great time looking at the old school
Hmm.
computers.
Computers. Yep.
Reminds me of the Zoidbergs. Is that just a grapefruit that he's just casually holding?
Yes. I love how like they're the only two people outside.
Why aren't they groupies, like looking for a snapshot of Buckaroo? What's in the big pink box?
That is a nice jacket though. Like
Oh yeah, it is. It's phenomenal.
that's yeah.
This is kind of Monty Python-esque, actually. Like the guy is like peering over the giant gate.
That actor is Carl Lumley. He made a most recent appearance in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
All right, still working.
Hmm.
Here he goes. He's going full Goldblum.
John,
John
John.
Little John.
This is the most Jeff Goldblum thing that he does in
Yes.
all the films.
I was about
He's
to
having
say, this is
A Goldblum moment.
it's like Independence Day when he just
Yep.
makes connections that no other human could. The perfect Goldblum moment. Like Corey Stewart says, Jeff Goldblum always elevates.
Mm-hmm.
I love his finger movements.
Yep.
It's rare that you see aliens that like make something so uniquely alien.
Mm-hmm. I almost felt like they would have had some like a dance choreographer or something on this set, just because the way they move is so distinct and different from the fingers, from how they carry themselves.
Even the jump.
Mm-hmm. The famous $6 million man and bionic woman jump, Sharon says.
I would have loved to hear that.
I know. Poor guy. Now I feel like him being taken out served a purpose, because I think up until this point it was no real threat. They came
Yeah.
off as real goofy, but so they had like, we have to kill off someone, but it can't be a main character, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Had
So
to
let's
show
just kill
how
them.
fearsome they are.
Right.
Why me?
Might be booby trapped. Booby trapped. Is that the actress? Was she in oh, what's that movie with Emilio Estevez in the trucks?
Oh,
I can't believe I'm blanking.
the Stephen King one, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, why can't you
Maximum
just erase
overdrive. Maximum
Maximum
overdrive.
Overdrive? Thank you.
That's
It's like
what
you just pushed it out of my head immediately.
I saw the poster.
Yeah, same. It was just there in my head.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting old. I just
Corey Stewart, absolutely no problem. Glad to be watching this film. That's the beauty of these watch parties. We can just watch stuff that we all love together and get a new perspective because we're all talking about it. We're all watching it at the same time. We're all just bathing in that nostalgia. These protective
oh
bubble
my
wrap.
gosh.
Okay, how much of this was budget restriction and how much of it was just fun? Or both.
Right?
It probably is both.
Both. Probably is both. She's an incredible actress too.
And giving this speech while dressed as you're dressed in a room filled with people wearing silly outfits and being as stone cold serious.
Serious.
It's gravitas. That's what she has.
Exactly. I'm
Commands
like,
the
you want
room with her
something to get
voice.
done? You sent the sister to get it done. See, the sister's gonna get it done. She's gonna get it done. Um,
Right?
yes, that is the actress from Maximum Overdrive, by the way.
The fact that she's not blinking is phenomenal as well. Like, I'm so hypnotized by her gaze.
Hmm. That's kind of genius, right? So they're not going to directly take us out, but they're going to cause us to take each other out.
Yeah.
End of discussion. I heard that.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Buckaroo Banzai, I was like, can this day get any worse? Like, I just want a nap. Like, has he eaten anything? Like, what's going on? Too much happening.
Right? Is he checking the same drawers? Was that just me? I like how his guns are just scattered around the room. It's just nonsense.
Mm.
The amount of sets that are in this film as well. Again, the budget astounds me. I can't believe how little money they had to work with. Alex,
Sometimes it's
that does
almost
sound
better
amazing.
to not have a huge budget, right? It forces you to be more creative.
It does, yeah. Restrictions often breed creativity. Alex Peacock is saying that we should have Animation August, Last Unicorn, Flight of the Dragons, and Heavy Metal. Well, Andrew's back next week, and he has final say on everything. If it was my August, you'd definitely have your way. Love me more. We need to overthrow the Overlord, and then we'll all get what we want. Ooh, that looks nasty. Oh,
It does. I'm like, but the
problem
fire is
solved.
still. I was like, okay.
Rawhide. purification vent.
Oh, yes, the infamous watermelon.
See, here
Oh,
again, here is where you could say pretentious or fun. Like, I can feel the writers going through the script and saying, can we science this up a little? Like, the purification vent. What does it purify? Yeah. But it sounds cool. And that you could say, it's just being a bit pretentious, or,
right.
they're just having fun. And that bit there, where Jeff Goldblum, why is there a watermelon there?
Yes.
I'll tell
They
you later.
snuck it in. They snuck it in to see whether or not production was paying attention. And they realized they were not. So they had the creative freedom that they needed to do whatever they wanted to do with this movie.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it when production crews just adds to the film.
Yeah, let's throw watermelon.
Because filmmaking is notoriously not a fun job. Like, a lot of the times, either production crews or writers, someone isn't having a good time on a film set. I like to think, often, I like to think that people do have fun with it.
Right.
And it's little things, like little factoids like that, that just give me hope. How did he squeeze through that? Rawhide. Imagine having to go back and forth with the makeup just for like those 2 or 3 scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Buckaroo Banzai physics is very Twizzler like. Yeah.
Yeah. I swear that kid is going to need therapy. But you know, it can't sing too much. But that's how we were in the 80s, especially latchkey kids. If folks in the
Saw
chat
too
know,
much.
we saw everything in the 80s. And then we had those after school specials that scared the crap out of us. So it's like, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Now, is it just me?
Oh.
But I could have swore that there was a scene. I seen a version of this film where they showed the transmission from the alien giving the warning. Is
I
anyone in
can't
the chat
remember.
able to remember that? Because in the scene, the president says, "Why is she called John's whatever her name is?" So I'm like, how would he know that it's a she? I
Hmm.
could have swore there was a scene um, in here. Alice Peacock said, "Yep, all the don't do drugs, safe sex, gang affiliation, and violence after school specials." Yes, and don't forget the Scared Straight. Although I think that was in the late 70s.
the after school specials in England were just like, don't go playing with electricity or you'll die. Don't go playing on farms or you'll die.
Baseball.
Again, the slight alien movements,
Mm-hmm.
they're brilliant.
Electric print. I love how they sum up stuff so perfectly for us who don't
Electric
have a clue what Jeff
brainwashing.
Goldblum just said. Just electric brainwashing. That's what
Hmm.
it is.
It's the Star Trek method of explaining something. You have one character be very.
See, he said a girl named John. So how would he
Mm,
know that she was a girl? I swear there was a scene in this movie where they sent the president the
the
device for him
same
to watch
message.
that message.
Stick your beak into this one. Why does he have a snorkel on his suit? Buckaroo?
Mr. Frizzle. So much is going on in this film at once. Yes.
That is so unsettling.
So we have to talk about John Lithgow's accent,
We
right?
do. We do.
Yes. And apparently there was his dialect coach, fancy term, was a tailor on the 20th Century Fox set
Uh
with a
huh.
heavy Italian accent. And so Lithgow had him speak all his lines into a tape recorder, and then he just used to practice the accent. So it's like this Italian Martian accent,
Yeah, it sounds like an Italian doing a bad Russian accent.
right? Right?
Do they have. What's the. Why do they have a picture of themselves on their door? Like they're about to drop the best rap album of the year.
Right?
The Pit.
Jeff Goldblum missing in all of us. He's not even listening to what Banzai is saying right now.
Well, he's a doctor that just joined him because he asked, and now he's fighting some kind of military war.
Right?
This homing device that looks like it once contained miniature screwdrivers and now contains a chip in the back.
Right? Yes, Alex Peacock dropped a gift from John Lithgow's one of his other memorable, fantastic performances in The Twilight Zone,
Ah, yes.
20,000 Feet. Now, I saw his version before I saw William Shatner's, the original.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I have to say, John Lithgow did it for me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just,
Far
I mean,
superior.
William Shatner was great, like, but I don't know that. Whew,
It was so pantomimey and over the top when Billy Shatner did it. Don't
right,
you
right.
see? There's a thing on the plane. A gremlin.
John Lithgow, I felt the panic, like the
Oh, yeah.
anxiety.
I can't remember who directed that segment in the Twilight Zone movie. I need to find out who did that one.
I had to throw a balls joke in there.
Always have to. So Richard Donner directed the original. Wait, did he? Oh, and Richard Matheson wrote it.
Now, where did she think she was going?
Right? You're going to the
And why
pit,
is
girl.
there a little person? I never noticed that little
George
person before.
Miller directed the segment for the movie. Yeah, of what, Mad Max fame? Is that George Miller?
See, they're wearing the mask. See, he had the
Yeah.
little bubble mask on. See, okay, I'm
So,
not crazy.
so he
I'm
must
not
have seen.
crazy.
Yeah, maybe it's a deleted scene. Maybe you're right.
Yep. And now he's not wearing it. Oh, continuity issues.
In short form. Oh, Gary said George Miller there. Thank you, Gary.
This is so not PC.
Uh, I'm just not gonna I'm just not gonna say anything about that.
Right? Oh, I'm in the 80s.
At least these guys are the bad guys.
Right. Also, they're giving he's giving off like kind of a Nazi, you
Yeah.
know, leader thing.
Oh my god, I love that. What is the greatest joy? Just looking like a gremlin afterwards.
Listen, this is what the office workers are going to look like in about 10 years. What is the greatest joy?
Hunched over. Real soon.
Oh, yeah. Lizard Man said technically, since he's Italian, he's more Mussolini.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
same evil. I wonder if these actors could see out of the masks.
I know, huh?
Would you be okay with this?
Now,
Are you afraid of spiders?
I have arachnophobia. So
Oh, okay.
they would have the overthruster We would be in
I don't have
nuclear
everything.
war. It would be over. I would give them everything. Yeah. Woo.
Take him to Detroit? Ooh, it's a bit too harsh, isn't it?
During this scene, Peter Weller had the hardest time staying in character because it was the first time he heard John Lithgow's accent, and yeah, he kept cracking up on set. He couldn't keep it together.
To be fair, I'd have a difficult time focusing with John Lithgow chewing all of the scenery around me. Big bouquet. Oh, it's a good scream. Getting RoboCop vibes.
Hmm. This is my first Peter Weller film that I
Really?
remember. Yes, my first Peter Weller film. I fell absolutely in love with him. And then my next film was not RoboCop. It was that film where he plays the crazed cocaine evil stepfather. Does anyone in the chat, please, do you know the film I'm talking about? He's like Terry Garr is in it. He plays her boyfriend. He moves in. She has two sons, and he's like this crazed, coked out guy. And I was destroyed.
Oh
Dom, I
no.
needed therapy. I was shattered when I saw that movie. I was like, because my little brain like wasn't understanding about acting and different things. So yeah, Sharon says she remembers that one. Oh gosh, what's the name of that movie? Place the Evil Stepfather.
Now, Naked Lunch. Now, Naked Lunch is. I need to talk to Andrew about Naked Lunch. I can't. I can't take it seriously every time. Big booty.
Somebody's not having kids.
Is that a bullet hole in the school bus window there? Or a pebble, most likely.
Hmm. I love how he uses like his bureaucratness to just bust in and do whatever.
John Smallberries.
Man, if I were to get some pets, oh my gosh, they would hate me. I'm like, this is
John
my
Smallberries.
dog, Strawberries, Big Booty, my other dog. Oh,
Great
it was
naming
called
convention.
Firstborn. Yes,
Oh,
Sharon. Yes, Firstborn. To this day, I have a hard time watching that movie. I'm scarred.
that's fair. I was lucky. I guess. Robocop was my first Peter Weller film. I was like 6, maybe even younger. I think I watched the heavily censored version rather than seeing him get blasted away in the first 2 minutes.
Right? His birthday was the other day. Him and Nancy Allen. They had the birthday on the same day. What is
Maybe
your
it's
asking the chat? What is your favorite Peter Weller film? Of course, it's going to be RoboCop. I'm sure.
probably Robocop.
Hmm.
I do love me some Robocop. It's just so embedded there. And again, Naked Lunch. It's a good film. I think a good double feature with this movie would be The Hidden with Carl McLaughlin. And the only reason I'm saying
Yeah.
that is because I found them at around the same time. I
Uh-huh. That one's a little bit on more serious side, but
oh
yes.
yeah, for sure. Oh my god, the walk, such a great walk. The lighting in this scene as well, like it's just a warehouse, but having that green light just peering from the ground makes it seem so alien.
No, actually, I might partner this with They Live.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, everyone, what's your favorite double feature second flick for this? Eating Ruffles, yeah. I mean, even aliens need a snack every now and then. Reanimator, yeah, same vibes.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original. Okay.
Oh, the original or the '70s one? There's so many.
Oh yeah, there's a black and white version, right? And
Yeah,
then there's the '70s with Jeff Goldblum.
with Jeff Goldblum,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
with Donald Sutherland and Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
And then there's the '90s
Oh.
remake as well. That's on like a that might just be called Body Snatchers, but it's on like a military base. It was
Mm-hmm.
so. There's a '70s one with
Yes.
Donald Sutherland. Oh, and 'noughties one with Nicole Kidman. Really?
I don't even think I saw the Nicole Kidman one.
No. Oh, well, maybe I did because I thought it was '90s, but it might have been. Oh, go for Bill and Ted after this. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Isn't it weird that we can say, oh yeah, this movie would feature well, like double feature well with Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Bill and Ted, the
Right?
Reanimator.
They live.
They live. So the Nicole Kidman one was just called Invasion. Gotcha.
Okay.
So maybe I did see that one then. I often feel like that. I occasionally generate a lot of static charge, and I occasionally accidentally zap my wife, like all the time, where we just tap her on the shoulder and zzzt.
Yeah, I used to have that too. That's annoying. What's
All
up with
those
the holes in the
CRTs.
plastic? Again.
Right? I'm impressed he managed to slip through that. I would have struggled. Like my knees would have given up or something. Oh, that lovely painting!
Wow.
I miss seeing matte paintings like that. I really
I
do.
know.
Big booty, I want to talk to you. You got a gun in your hand, dude.
Right?
The pit.
I love how the aliens just give no F's. They just don't
Yeah.
care. They're just like,
Has Peter Weller been in a western? Why am I thinking he's been in a western? Or am I just wishing he was in a western? That's a slug.
two reasonable beings.
Bad taste. Speed 2. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Speed Two's on the telly in
Thank
the
you.
background.
Thank you. That guy was annoying.
Oh, yes.
This is reminding me what? Oh, that slug from Ice Pirates. Yeah,
Yes!
yes,
This is a fascinating set.
it is.
Like, is this filmed in a sewer? Because if so, it's a nice connection to the film we had last week, the Ninja Turtles. Ah, future history.
I'm like, so they couldn't find it in her purse, but it's there. They were able to get it. Okay. Oh, Peter Weller's
Oh,
film debut was in Butch and the Sundance, the early days. Okay.
they do have a fascinating way. Again, the set designers have a fascinating way of making the torture chair look horrifying.
Right.
Like, I doubt it was comfortable, but boy, making things look uncomfortable is impressive. And you a sticker by my side.
So apparently, they spent 2 years on the design of this film, drawing inspiration from medical journals, African magazines, and Russian history.
Interesting.
Yes. This film was supposed to come out much earlier, but there was a writer's strike in 1981.
Ah,
And the production company, or one of the production companies, went out of business or whatever, so it stalled for a couple of years. I don't know if it would have worked as like an early 80s film. I feel like coming out in 84 was best.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Gary over on YouTube, this and Big Trouble in Little China would make a good double bill. I'm
Yeah,
here for
that's
that.
a good one. That's a good one, Gary.
And if
Yep.
you haven't seen our Big Trouble in Little China watch party, it's on our channel. Go give it a watch. One of my favorite films of all time. Love it.
Love
Love it.
that film. See,
I
they
wish I
couldn't
had
make
you on
that
that watch
today.
party with me.
I know. They couldn't make Big Trouble in Little China today. They were gonna try to do it with The Rock.
I
Now
know,
listen, I don't leave my house. I'm not protesting. I don't have the energy. But you would have
but
seen
you'd
me on the
protest that
streets of LA protesting that one.
for sure.
Yeah.
I love that he has a portrait of himself, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It would have been perfect. They should have made it more like a glamour shots
Right?
portrait.
Wait, he has a.
Insane. I always got this kid confused with the kid from Swamp Thing.
Right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh. Oh, no. Why would you have toeless socks?
Little critter.
Critters, yeah, Fraglord. Critters would be a good double feature as well. Dear.
Like if they were trying to get Buckaroo's overthruster, clearly his isn't that great.
What? What is. What did you do? Super Mario Bros. 1993, perfect double bill with this. Hell if I know. Initially, when Andrew left, he said, Dom, what movies do you want to watch? And Super Mario Bros. 1993 was on the list because the new Super Mario Bros. Movie was coming out, and I wanted to subject you all to watch the original.
Yes. Thank you.
But alas, I
That
changed my mind. Do it, man. One day. One day I will. I'm one of the very few humans that loves that film. I think it's amazing.
I
Call it
actually don't
anything.
remember.
Oh, it's great. It's
I
it's
think I
got some
blocked it
good
out of my
world
memory.
building.
That's the one with John Leguizamo.
Yeah, as Luigi
And
Mario.
yeah, okay.
There they go. Oh, oh.
Bless you. See, you bring up Mario Brothers and now you're sneezing.
It's
There you
karma. Yeah.
go. See?
Honestly, Calbut, if we did that movie, I'd probably be riffing it as well. So it probably would just be a different cast of riff tracks. Again, I love how alien the ship is. It just moves in all kinds of directions. Ooh, showdown in Little Tokyo.
All the sounds of like this, the ship and the sounds of the eighth dimension were from Alan Haworth. And he's the one that partners with John Carpenter all the time, right?
I believe. Wait, what was the
Yeah,
name?
Alan Haworth. Haworth. He was hired to do like the sounds of the eighth dimension and the alien ship sounds for this film. And I swear, I thought he was like the one that partners all the time with
He
John
does,
Carpenter,
yeah. He
which makes sense because
partners
it's
with
really
John
kind of
Carpenter all the
similar.
time. Did a
Yeah,
lot of
because
Star Trek as well, apparently. Speaking of Star Trek, they look like the bug thing that Khan puts in. I can't take it seriously. I can't take it seriously when someone's in a jumpsuit. Feet, do your stuff.
wow,
Super Mario Bros. Is a double feature with the toilet.
I concur. See you in hell. You know, the original name, instead of Buckaroo Banzai, originally, it was Buckaroo Banny.
Oh wow, yeah,
And they changed the name to Banzai.
definitely
Like
a better extra double bill when. Wow. You're writing enough letters to Santa, Fraglord, and you just might get it.
you know what I would love to get my hands on though? So apparently the director was all in on this film and he created backstories for each of the characters and created this whole expansive universe. And he has like it's a 300-page book called the Essential Buckaroo that he created before filming with all the notes
Wow,
and all the different scripts. That I would love to see.
for sure.
I would pay for that. I would pay a pretty penny for that.
Miss Swift, some dodgy green screen. Oh, definitely. Ah, perfect timing.
$20 bill.
Way to go, Scooter. Yeah, the kid legit saved the universe. Well, saved the planet.
Right.
This is the biggest dick move you could possibly do. I want to be in a position where I could do this to someone. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, I did all I could. To be like the doctor from uh, Arrested Development, constantly saying, like, yeah, we did all we could. Eventually they pulled through. Just be absolutely bell end about it.
Apparently, Scooter, the kid, was in Lethal Weapon films. Lethal Weapon 1, 2, and 4. Because I wonder what happened to him.
Was he Danny Glover's kid in that film?
He was in Scrooge. He played Nick Morta.
Yeah, so he
So,
would have been
yeah.
Mortar's kid.
Yep. Okay.
The makeup,
Now this. Oh, go ahead.
the makeup, just there where you see the slight smirk, it's
Mm-hmm.
great. Like light
Yep.
makeup, even though it looks heavy, it lets you
Right.
convey so much emotion. Was that the same
Exactly.
actress who was the messenger? I mean, because her facial acting was powerful. You could see a
Yes.
lot of emotion there.
Yes. Hmm.
Because I know in face makeup you have to over exaggerate all of your emotions to get any kind of movement in makeup.
Right. Now, as a kid, I was cool. I was down for this romance. I was like, okay, this is a cute thing. As an adult, I'm like, wait a second, that's weird. Is he with her because she looks like his ex-wife, which is her twin sister?
Yeah,
It just seems it's giving. It's just weird.
yeah, you don't really know this woman.
So this was supposed to be the original ending, and they were like, so they were like, watch for the next adventure, and that was supposed to be Buckaroo Banzai against the World Crime League, which, if you want to read that, it's a 2021 book. Um,
Oh, I'm going to then. I didn't know it existed.
yes, it came out in 2021, and
Just
and so
wait for the
then they
next
came
adventure.
brought them all back together to film this end sequence because they
And as
needed
far as
something,
end sequence goes, name a better one. This is phenomenal.
right?
This is what I think of when I think of Buckaroo Banzai. It's everyone just walking together to the beat of the music. It's great.
Exactly. Now, it's a little bit of trivia. This song called "The Teen March" was not available during. It wasn't ready during filming. So, what song did they use to film this in sequence for them to march to?
God, this needs to go on my songs to walk to playlist. Rawhide's okay. I don't think this is
Yeah.
after Rawhide get like bites the big one. I This is just
Well,
some fun. I think.
no, Rawhide was supposed to die, and Jeff Goldblum's character was supposed to die, but they
Ah,
decided to bring them both back. Seraphis, yes, Uptown Girl, you are correct. That Billy Joel's Uptown Girl is what they filmed this in sequence to. Yeah, they were going to bring Rawhide back because they thought they were going to do the sequel, but
That would be
it
great
didn't.
if
It didn't do
he
well at
died
the box,
every movie.
right? It didn't do well at the box office.
Crying
Um,
shame.
yeah, and the production company like fell apart after. So yeah, no follow up, no TV show. But even if they were to bring it back now, of course, they're all older, so they would have to bring
A new
a new
cast, yeah.
cast. And I can't. It's gonna be really hard for me to see someone else as Buckaroo Banzai. It just is.
I can't imagine it's possible. This is a
Yeah.
snapshot, and it's perfect where it is. Everyone, that was Buckaroo Banzai.
Yay!
Summing up this movie is difficult. Let's just give general feeling vibes. How are you all feeling after watching this
Yes.
movie with us?
Especially if this is your first time.
Oh yeah,
Let's
from from Sharon, we've got this is a fun movie and a great time with you all. From Mr. Furzel, this flick was a lot more fun to watch with you all. Lizard Man, a delightfully weird little cult hit. Alex Peacock, huzzah! It was a fun rewatch. Yeah, I
yeah,
I just love this film. It's just fun. Even looking at the weird, peculiar aspects of it, it's a bit muddled for sure.
for
It's like a
sure.
dream, isn't it? It's just things
Yes.
that are there. You just have to accept that they're there, like a watermelon in in the room.
Exactly. It would just be there. And it's one of those perfect lazy Saturday or Sunday afternoon movies where you don't want anything too serious, and you don't want to have to think too hard, just kind of go with the flow. Um, and the music, I didn't really appreciate the music until I watched it. Again, I was like, this soundtrack is really good. And I don't think it's available anywhere. I don't think you can get the soundtrack.
That's a
Now, I don't
crying
know if it was
shame.
ever released. I know, right? Oh, such a good one.
Amazon is recommending I watch Clue next. Okay. But everyone, that was Buckaroo Banzai, and that is it for us this week. We will be back next week with Andrew, and we're going to be watching not Clue, but we will be watching Independence Day. So everyone get ready for that
Yes.
one, as we are
Yes.
starting, I
Our
believe,
summer.
and yeah, our summer of popcorn.
Hmm.
We've got nothing but blockbusters coming up, so get ready for that, everybody.
Yes. Get your popcorn
94.
tubs ready.
Oh yeah, another Jeff Goldblum film. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
We mentioned it
Oh,
earlier as well.
yeah.
But yep, that's it. We're heading off. Everyone, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch you next time. And remember, no matter where you will go, there you are.
There you are.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.